Wow. What an episode. What's going on, guys? This is Mitchell Mander here, and I just got done watching Pokemon Journeys, episode 77, the Ash vs. Volkner episode. And this is easily a top 5 Journeys episode. I love this episode. I had a lot of fun with this episode. And this, to me, is how you handle a hyper class, or ultra class, whatever you want to call it, battle in the series. Because it was fantastic. And the fact of the matter is, Cynthia was confirmed for the Masters class. So, yeah, get excited for that. I'm actually really excited for Ash vs. Cynthia. We're going to get Ash vs. Cynthia, Lance, Raihan, and then the rematch with B, probably leading into the Masters, maybe. We'll see. And then eventually Leon. Who else could Ash face off in the Pokemon World Championships? I'm just wondering. But anyways, we should talk about the episode now. So anyways, guys, you know the drill. If you're new to the channel, you like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It'd be pretty awesome if you did that. Now I have to say I'm already liking the Hyper Class and the setup here, because it seems like every single Hyper Class battle is going to be in an arena or something. You're going to have at least a large crowd watching in on the battle. And it seems like it's broadcasted on TV too, because at the end of the episode it's revealed that Leon, Cynthia, Raihan, and B was kind of training. But anyways, they were all watching the battle. So, yeah, I love this. But anyways, this is a battle between Ash versus Volkner. And it's a 3v3 battle. And we start off with Lucario versus Luxray. Now I have to say I love the strategies used in this battle. To start off, we have Luxray using electric terrain on the field, which immediately powers up its moves and puts Lucario at a disadvantage. In order to get around this, Ash recalls Lucario, brings out Gengar, and Gengar actually starts to pressure Luxray, and electric terrain eventually fades, and Luxray is being pressured, so Volkner recalls Luxray, brings out Fan Rotom, and unfortunately for Gengar, who was actually probably going to defeat Luxray, yeah, Fan Rotom takes out Gengar. And it's actually pretty clever because Gengar gets paralyzed, so Volkner has Rotom use Hex on Gengar, so it doubles its attack, so it takes out Gengar. So, I was hoping that Gengar would get a win here, but at least Gengar did pretty good against Luxray and probably would have won against it. But unfortunately, once again, Gengar has to take another L. When is Gengar going to actually win again? It's only won once, so I'd really like it if Gengar actually gets another win sometime down the road. But anyways, moving on, Ash brings out Pikachu, which immediately pressures Rotom by using Electro Web, which surprises Volkner over here. That he wasn't expecting Pikachu to know Electro Web. So he immediately recalls Rotom and brings out Electivire. And then we get a struggle between Pikachu and Electivire, and at first Pikachu is not doing very well, so Ash recalls Pikachu. So yeah, they're basically switching their Pokemon in and out. But it's actually working pretty well. Obviously, Volkner would have lost Rotom if it wasn't for him recalling Rotom before Pikachu landed its final attack, which hit Electivire, who absorbed Pikachu's electricity, using its ability. So Ash brings Lucario back out. It seems like it's doing pretty good against Electivire at first, but then Electivire lands a wild charge on Lucario and actually paralyzes it. So Volkner uses this opportunity to bring Fan Rotom back out to use Hex on Lucario to do massive damage. However, Ash counters the counter by using Reversal on Rotom, and Lucario defeats Rotom. So yay, Ash gets a KO here. So it's 1-1 so far. And not only that, but Lucario is actually able to shake off its paralysis with that last move as well. So yay. Despite taking a lot of damage, Lucario is willing to continue on, although Volkner brings Luxray out. And Luxray immediately uses electric terrain on the field once again, putting Lucario once again at a disadvantage, but they're not willing to back down. So Ash has Lucario use Aura Spear and charges Luxray. They charge one another, they land attacks on one another, and it's a double knockout. Luxray and Lucario are both out, leaving just Electivire and Pikachu to face off against one another. And once again, just like with Luxray and Lucario, it seems like Ash is once again at a disadvantage, If you remember earlier, Pikachu was struggling quite a bit against Electivire. Can't use electric attacks against it, and Iron Tail wasn't connecting. However, Pikachu is actually able to land an Iron Tail in this encounter. Nice. And that's when we get the epic scene, the scene that I've been looking forward to the most, with Ash using his Z Crystal and Z move with Pikachu. The Pikachunium Z Crystal to use 10 million Thunderbolt. It's been almost 2 years since we last saw this move used, and my goodness, it just looks great in the Journeys art style and animation. I mean, I love it in Sun and Moon, but I love it here in Journeys as well. I don't know which one is better, but it looks like the same animation was used again, but whatever, that's besides the point. I just enjoyed seeing this Z move again. But Electivire attempts to absorb it. Unfortunately, it seems to have overheated because it ends up fainting right afterwards. And as a result, Ash has won the battle. Ash has defeated Volkner once again. And as a result of defeating Volkner, the 27th ranked competitor in the Pokemon World Championships, Ash moves up to the 64th spot in the PWC. And this part is where I got super excited. As I mentioned earlier, we find out from Volkner himself that Cynthia is also in the Pokemon World Championships. In fact, she's in the Master Class. And in fact, she was actually watching the battle between Ash and Volkner, along with Leon, Raihan, and Bee, like I mentioned earlier. I know, a bit repetitive here, but yeah, Cynthia has been confirmed for the Pokemon World Championships. I kind of figured she would be, and I pretty much called it, saying that she would definitely be in the Master Class. But yep, we got confirmation here that Cynthia is going to be an opponent that Ash is going to have to overcome if he wants to defeat Leon. So yeah, the episode pretty much comes to an end there, hyping up future Hyperclass battles along with the Master Class as well. So overall, I mean, what do you expect me to say at this point? This episode was awesome. I know Gengar lost, but I'm willing to look past that because this was a fantastic battle. This is a Pokemon battle. This is what I want to see in Journeys. I want to see this more often in Journeys. Like, this episode, I love it because it basically doesn't waste any time. It basically goes to Ash reuniting with Volkner. They have a quick conversation that was pretty nice. And then it goes right to the battle. A 3v3 match. And I hope the future battles that Ash goes into with the Hyperclass and Master Class is just like this. Just have a short introduction, don't waste time, just go straight into the battle. If you have to make it a two-parter, make it a two-parter. But man, what an episode. This is an easy 10 out of 10 episode. But man, to put the icing on the cake, to have Cynthia show up in this episode, it blew my mind. Although I was anticipating her showing up at some point down the road in Journeys, I kind of figured that she'd be part of the Masters 8. I'm still kind of just in the state of disbelief that we saw Cynthia in this episode. Like, guys, Cynthia's coming back to the Pokemon anime. And she's probably going to be what am I saying probably? She's going to face off against Ash. And if this series is going in the direction that it is going, Ash is going to defeat Cynthia. Wrap your mind around that, folks. Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town is going to defeat Cynthia. Is going to defeat Raihan. Is going to defeat Lance. Potentially others in the Masters 8. Get hyped. Just get hyped, because this is the part of Pokemon Journeys that I'm definitely enjoying. And again, I love what they did in this episode. So if we could get the same treatment we got in this episode for Ash versus Cynthia, Ash versus Raihan, Ash versus Lance, Ash versus B Part 3, then we're in for a great ride. Yeah, I have no more words. Okay, so I have a few more words actually. That's all I got for this episode review. So, guys, what are your thoughts of this 10 out of 10 episode? Obviously, if you didn't think it's a 10 out of 10, that's okay. But for me, this episode was a 10 out of 10. Easily a top 5 Journeys episode. In fact, this could be my favorite episode so far. But let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this episode. Did you love it? If you hate it, what are the things you loved about this battle or thought could have been better? If there was anything you have. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go lay down now because, wow, what an episode. Well, I actually got to edit this video first, so I will lay down after I edit this video, and then I'll play some Pokemon Unite later. See ya.